Hello everyone, welcome to our YouTube channel. So today we are going to learn the new thing in our React.js. We are going to learn about how we can create custom components in React.js and how we can transfer the data between one component to another component. So as we know, like what is exactly the component is nothing but it's a JavaScript file, so which we are creating in our React application. I will just give some brief about this JavaScript file, that is component in our React. That is, we will write a JSX code inside the JavaScript. That is we call it as JSX. That JSX is nothing but JavaScript XML. What is JSX? JSX is nothing but HTML inside the JavaScript file. We will see how we will create a JavaScript file. So in that we will just write our HTML code and also JavaScript and also CSS code we can write inside the JavaScript file. That we call it as a component. Okay, so what exactly React do is, so it will just generate our code and it just update the DOM element inside the browser. Okay, let us create our own first custom React component and we will name it as payment data.js. Once we create our own custom JS, we can reuse it wherever we require. So our first focus is creating our own custom component. Okay, so what I will do, I'll just go to source, right click. Here you have also the shortcut keys, you can use that as well. I will just right click on source file. I will just create one component. I will name it as payment data.js. Okay. So as we know, so source is a folder. Inside the source we can create our own components. So this is the component I created. Okay. Payment data.js is a component. So what is exactly the payment.data.js is a component. The component is nothing but it is just a JavaScript file. So I can just write a JavaScript file here, JavaScript code. So I am just writing the function. I'll just create a function. So the function name I will give payment data. So I just created a component. So I just created one JavaScript function here. So inside what I will do, I'll just return one HTML node. That is one paragraph. This is my first custom component. Okay. So once we create a component inside the React.js, it is no use until unless we export it. So if you want to make use of this React component, you have to export it. So I'll just export to allow other components to use your component. Okay, so export, we will use default keyword to export. Okay, so I will just export my payment component data. Okay. So in this component, not only we can return HTML code. So here I am just returning an HTML code to this function. So whenever I am calling this function will return you HTML code, right? So not only HTML code, your component can contain your CSS code and also JavaScript code. Here even I can just write a JavaScript code, for example. So I'll just create my variable something. So I can just create my own variables. So this is a JavaScript code. Okay, so let us go to our slides now. So how to create a component? Create a component is nothing but it's creating a JavaScript file. Component is nothing but just a JavaScript function, but it is special kind of function where we will also write HTML code like below. as we have already seen. And once you create a component, so to make use other components to use your component, you have to always you have to do export default. By using default keyword, you have to export your component. Okay, so what exactly the component can have? The component can have three languages. This is JavaScript code, HTML code, and CSS code. So JavaScript file, that is your component, React.js component, can have these three languages it can write, and we can just create a component. The language whatever we are writing inside the JavaScript file, we just call it as a JSX code. JSX is nothing but JavaScript XML code. And also just wanted to give one thing is, so when you are writing your code, you can just format your code by using the shortcut, using a shortcut Shift Alt F. If you just click on Shift Alt F, it will just format your code. So if you want to use components, you have to export your components with export default, and same component you can use or import wherever you require. Example, we have created a payment component.js and exported, and same component we have imported in index. Say for example, now I just created this payment data component. So this is a JavaScript function. So I exported it. Okay, the same component I can just use it in my app.js component, right? So here if you see, so once you export, this app component is a main component. So this main component is tagged to our index.js file, right? So this is the main app component. This is tagged to our index.js component. So inside app component, I will just try to call my payment data component. If you see in our payment component, I have given a text. This is my first custom component, right? So when I want to use my payment data.js component in app.js, so here you have exported. Now the same component you have to import it. So how you will import? Using the import keyword, you give the name whatever you want. So I'll just say payment, so whatever the name you want, and from you have to use dot, right? So here payment data. Okay, if you are not giving any extension in front of this payment data, by default your React framework it consider as a JavaScript file. If you want to import any other CSS files, you have to give explicitly .css. But if it is a JavaScript file, you no need to give any .js. It is by default it consider as a JavaScript file. Okay, so once you import that JavaScript file into your app component, so how you can retrieve that, how you can bind that inside this div element, it is just like a node. So when you do this, so payment, so this one I will use as a HTML node. So now inside my app component, I am just using this payment component like a HTML node. Okay, and if I'll just save my changes, and so this app component, it is just retrieving my payment component. When I reload my page, yeah, we are getting some error. Let us save it again. I think we have not saved that file. I'll just refresh my browser again. So I think now we should be good. Okay, now if you see this is my first custom component. So the text is available in, if you see the solution here, the text is available in your payment data component. So this is my first custom component. This is a payment data component. This payment data component we are using in app, my app, so app.js component, right? So we are using our custom component inside this app component. Okay, so that's the reason we are getting this text. when you want to, if you want to reuse it, okay, if you can just reuse it multiple times, how many times you need it, or you can use this HTML, like custom component HTML, wherever you need. Okay, if you see, so when you use if you want to use multiple times, you can just copy paste the component name, that's all. Here we go. So you will get the component, like how many times you want, you will. So if you just think about it, if you want to write the same code in JavaScript, how much time it requires and how much code we have to write. Say for example, we have to create your document dot create element of p, then that we have to save it in one of the variable, and that variable dot and content, you have to apply that content, then you have to do document dot get element by id, and you have to read the data there, right? So those things are not at all required here. It is straightforward. You can just use this payment component wherever you need it. Okay, and another thing is, whenever you are creating a component names, right, always just create your own components by using capital letter, starts with capital letter. So you can ask me why capital letters only. Okay, so if you see inbuilt HTML elements, because whatever the component you created, right, you are using that component as a HTML element. Okay, if you see your inbuilt HTML elements, those starts with small letters, right? Always the paragraph, div, and whatever input elements, your HTML elements you are seeing, all are in small letter. It starts with small letter. So to differentiate from your own your custom elements, and to differentiate between your custom elements and with proper HTML elements, so we should always create your elements by using this capital letter, starts with capital letter. So that's how we can differentiate. This is your custom HTML element, this is base HTML element. Okay, so let's go to our slides now. So we have created a payment component.js and exported the same component we have imported in index.js component. Now let us add new paragraph. So we have added the paragraphs also. We have added a text, whatever the text we have added, and it is automatically coming in a browser, right? So I was just explaining, right? So the same code, if you want to write in a JavaScript file, so how we have to write? So you have to write constant my paragraph equal to document dot create element of paragraph, my paragraph dot text content, this is my text, and next document dot get element by id div id, and we have to append it to your DOM, right? Get a document dot get element id, you have to append it. Okay, so this to just display in a browser the small text, you have to write this much of code in your normal JavaScript, right? And if you want to repeat some 10 times, you have to repeat same code in 10 times, right? So that is not at all required in your in from the React, right? If you can just copy paste the custom HTML node. Okay, the above approach, we call it as an imperative approach. This will work, but this will, if you want to build big major applications, how much code you have to write. Okay, so this is very complicated. So this is very easy from React component. Okay, so if you see the component tree, how exactly it is. Okay, so we have an app component, as I was showing in a screen, right? So app component is this is single component which we load directly into the HTML page. As React is in single page application, so we have only single HTML page. The single HTML page, it is tagged to base app component. If you see here, app.js, this is first app component. We can call it as a parent component to all the components, right? So this we are using in your index.js, right? So document.get element by id root. Okay, so this root element is there in your index.html page. Okay, so now if you see, the next thing is, and this is app component is your main component, and all the child components comes under this app component. Say component one, this is a payment component, just now we have created, right? So like that, you can also create multiple components. We have just created a payment data component. You can also create component two. say for example component 2 is a transaction component. You can also create component 3 as a payment component, whatever the name, it's based upon your requirement. So these components we call it as a child component. So the main base component is app component. So elements with lowercase are built-in element, and elements with uppercase are custom components, as I was telling. So to differentiate, so whenever you are creating your custom components, you have to go with the capital letters. That is why when we create a components, we create with the uppercase letter. Okay, example just I have given here. So next thing is why we have to go, why we have to go for these components, and what is the use of these components. Okay, reusability and separation of concerns, right? So reusability is in the sense we can create any number of components and we can reuse those components wherever we need. So as we have seen, so and also what is the separation of concerns is nothing but as we can create multiple components, all the components are independent. It will just like plug and use wherever we need. Okay, and also so wherever you require, you can just reuse those components. You can create n number of components based upon the requirements. So we can split huge code into smaller pieces. Those we call it as a component. Okay, how we can, now the next thing is how we can transfer the data between the two components. So we can write JavaScript code, CSS code, HTML code in JS file. As I said earlier, we can display the dynamic data text example JavaScript value in HTML by using these flower brackets. Okay, so as I said, if you see this code, you can also write your JavaScript code. So this is first one, whatever you are seeing, right? This is JavaScript code. You can just write, and also you can write the CSS code as well inside this JS file. So I'll go to my payment data.js. So if you see this payment data.js, so this is a variable, JavaScript variable I have just created. You can display this JavaScript code inside your HTML page by using flower brackets. So I'll just use my flower bracket. So I'll just display the whatever amount I have given here, some 10,000 I will give. So 10,000 amount I should be able to display. See, if you see here, so 10,000 amount, so payment data component. So I have declared my variable using the JavaScript code, and the JavaScript code I am displaying by using this flower bracket. Okay, so inside this, whatever the code you want, you can write. Say for example, if you do it here 2 plus 2, right? So if you do it here 2 plus 2, C4. Okay, so dynamically you can generate the code here, and whatever the variable, if you want to use dynamic variable, you can just bind it here by using the flower bracket. So again 10,000, right? So the next thing is, so we can just write example values. We can bind the JavaScript variable by using this flower bracket. We can transfer the data. The next thing is, we'll see how we can transfer the data between the two components, right? So keep in mind, now we are talking about these two components. One is app component, and another one is payment data.js, right? Payment data. So this payment component we are using inside the app component by using this import call. So in payment data.js, we are just exporting this component by using this default keyword. Now, if you see how we can transfer the data, so if you see here, this is the component, right? So inside the app component, you have the data. So say for example, my app data is, this is my app component data sending to custom component. Okay, so let us see how we can send this app.js component data to my payment component. Okay, so how we can send? You can just give your whatever the name you want to give, just you can just give like a property. Okay, then you can just pass it. So I'll just pass. So initially let me give some string. I will not pass this JavaScript variable whatever you are given. So I will just test data we will send. Now I am just sending a test data to my payment component. Okay, so now if I go to my payment data component, so here inside HTML node, just I'm passing that component data, right? Like test data. So I'll go my payment data.js. So here I'll just use like a variable, like parameter. I'll take it as whatever the parameter you are passing from app.js, right? So this is the parameter you are passing as a title property. So that's why we call it as a props. Just that's the reason I'm giving as their props. So whatever you are passing from this HTML node, so that we can catch in payment data. So this is the property. So when once you pass the data, so it will come here, and what name you have given, title. So the date, so the same title you can just access here. So if you see here again, one more flower bracket, so title, you can use the same title here, prop dot title, right? If I save this, see, test data, right? So you are able to see this test data. That means this test data you are passing from app component to your payment data component. So now let us see, we can we transfer this whatever the data you are doing, right? So you are just created a JavaScript variable with this text. So now let me pass this JavaScript data. So JavaScript data, so title, I'll just give title. So now how you will bind this dynamic JavaScript variable by using this flower brackets, right? So title is equal to, so my app data I'm passing here. Okay, so let me pass this title and my app data in some two, whichever the components you want. I'll pass here and I'll pass here. Okay, I'll just save. Now if you see wherever you are passing, right? So so first component you pass, third component, and last component. So first component you pass the data, third component you passed, and last component also you passed, right? So you can just pass the data from one component to another component. So how you can pass from the HTML element, you can give the whatever the name you want, just you can give that and just assign that value and pass it to your HTML node. And that HTML node, what it will do, that component, it will just catch it like a property, and whatever the name you have given while creation of variable and while passing the data, right, the same name you have to give. Say if you are giving some other name, it will not identify that, right? What the property value you are passing from the parent component, it will not identify. So that is the reason whatever the data you are passing from the parent component, the same property name you have to give in your child component as well. Okay, so that's how it will identify, and it will just pass the data from one component to another component. So this concept we will call it as a props concept inside our React.js. Okay, so that's all about. Now we have seen transfer the data between, and we have also seen how we will create a custom React component, and what is the React component we have seen, and how we will create the JavaScript code inside our React we have seen. Okay, so that's all about today. Thank you everyone. Thank you.